Is this really happening? What's going on here? Are we prepared for this? Now remember guys, I told you this before. I've been warning you since February of 2019 about this, especially in March, a little bit in February. Mostly March and April is when I started getting huge downloads about the type of energy we were going to be dealing with. So I hope you've prepared yourself for this. So remember what I said in the Saturn video. A wave with the power of 1,000 suns will destroy that which is not real and illuminate that which is. And while meditating today, getting ready for this report or for this transmission, I also heard and daughters and their sons and their daughters. So be aware of that. Something is going on here regarding this particular moment. I'll get into it a little bit later, but we are definitely going to get into this. The psychic phrase 2 for this energy. So this was another new phrase that came in. I started singing a song that I used to sing when I was in school. Okay, it was Catholic school when I was young. Okay, because I was brought up Catholic. And I'm not saying anything bad against Catholics or anything good. I'm just letting you know what it was. It was called 40 Days and 40 Nights. And I think it was 40 days and 40 nights, the world's gonna fill up with water for 40 days and 40 nights. The Lord's gonna send the world a terrible rain or a terrible something or something like that. Now, I'm not saying that that's what's gonna happen. What really stood out to me was the 40 days and 40 nights. So I did an audit of what I was being told and I was like, is it 40 days and 40 nights? And then I heard weeks. 40 weeks? That's almost a year. Where is this coming from? So then as I was going through the charts, I got more information. So here we go. Is 40 weeks strange? Or maybe not so much? What's happening in 40 weeks? Okay, it's like right around like July or August. Okay, but this is what I was guided to write here. So strange, but not so much. Preparation is now needed. This was not only strong energy, it was a warning. It was a warning energy. It was and you know what? People who think I'm a fearmonger, kiss it, okay? Because I'm not a fearmonger. I relay information. The particular energy that's going on right now was destined to happen. There are times in the world where great peace prevails, where great, beautiful, wonderful, loving things happen, and I will be here to report it. But if it comes through like this, and if some people think that this is fear-mongering, I don't care. I am relaying the information I'm getting, okay? I hope it changes quickly because I don't like necessarily giving this type of information, but I'm trying to prepare everybody. So I don't need any of that crap, okay? Because like I've said before, light and dark exist. I don't put my head under the sand. It doesn't work like that for me. All right. And I hope the majority of you don't do that either. So preparation is now needed. Get what you need carefully and a little bit over time. So basically what this means is you don't want to put any energy out there that is anxious energy or fanatical energy or chaotic energy. Just over time, prepare yourself. Get what you need. Supplies, whatever it is, whatever you need, you get it, you get it. It doesn't mean if you don't get it, you're doomed. I'm not saying that. This is all about a level of having a contingency plan to ensure that there is a modicum of peace within you and outside of you for your family, for yourself, okay? So just be aware of that.
More than 800,000 people could have their power cut off today in Northern California's largest planned power outage ever. Officials expect heavy winds will peak this morning. PG&E also says that it's the strongest offshore wind event since October 2017. The same winds that helped fuel the wine country wildfires. The utility says that it is working around the clock.
How confident are you that you will handle this event well?
I tell you that we have our unwavering focus and commitment to do exactly that.
The peak period for strong winds could last through Thursday afternoon. PG&E says that customers may lose power even if the weather isn't that bad. It's because of the interconnected nature of the electrical grid. Restoring power could take several days after the weather passes.
Right now, Caltrans officials are trying to avoid a traffic nightmare. As Gianna said, they are working with PG&E to set up generators inside the Caldecott and Devil's Slide tunnels. They can't operate without power for their safety systems. It's a job that's still going on in Oakland. Without electricity, the lights won't function inside the bores of the Caldecott tunnel. And more importantly, the tunnel's exhaust fans, they just won't work. Caltrans confronted the problem yesterday. Now they're scrambling to set up 4 backup generators before the lights go out in Contra Costa County.
Those fans have to be working to be able to get that per the fire department. And so this is what we're saying that we're going to come in and do.
We are staffing up for a strike team right now.
Meantime, the fire district is bracing for an uptick in medical and fire calls today. They are adding more ambulances to the mix. Fire crews have engines and bulldozers ready to deploy if a wildfire breaks out. In the San Jose area, the outage is expected to affect Almaden Valley as well as the East Foothills.
The city's Alum Rock area is also expected to feel this impact. Staff at the Veterans Housing Facility in Alum Rock scrambled to save hundreds of pounds of food by renting a 53-foot outdoor freezer. One of the veterans who lives at the facility says that he's concerned about surviving the night during an outage. He uses a ventilator while sleeping.
Because without it, I stop breathing.
PG&E is just trying to avoid another lawsuit. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but I don't think that this is the way to go. I was just concerned that what are we going to do with the veterans, because these are our guys.
Arthur Aragon plans to use a generator to power the wheelchair he needs to get around. Some other veterans decided to leave the facility during the outage period.
The California Office of Emergency Services has activated dozens of state, local, and federal agencies to monitor the outages. CAL FIRE has 15 additional fire engines ready to go at a moment's notice.
It's a mountainous area and there's going to be 80-mile-an-hour winds. They're putting bulldozers, they're putting teams that can go into that area and fight this fire specific to that area.
We are your source for the latest information. We have a complete survival guide.
Mastery of time and space. Zai. Controlling the elements of nature. Zen. Enlightenment.